yet again another Happy New Year's. I'm joking. It's like the second I want to get this over with, man. Like I just want to play some Fortnite. I gotta stop right there. So we're just gonna. I don't know if this is gonna be faster or slower. So yes, we're gonna start SmackDown. But been happening for weeks. It's not like Samoa Joe's and AJ Styles feud was exhausting like it was for Daniel Bryan and Samoa Joe, and like it was for goddamn now Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe, all because of 20-year shit. That was like November or something? No, December. It felt like it was 5 months. That's how boring these feuds are. It would be like 4 weeks, yet it'd be like 5 months to me, or any other fan that watches this BS. And I gotta stop with this fucking hat. I do, because it's hot as shit. So we had a match of Samoa Joe won by ref stoppage because he keeps beating the shit out of people. There was supposed to be the New Day even started off the show just plugging everything and saying that the doctor said they can't eat pancake. It was a really just a plug off feud. It was just a plug off feud for the main event because obviously the New Day weren't gonna do anything. I just want them to disband already. I love Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Biggie Langston. They seem like likable guys. They're incredibly talented, but it's the New Day really like played its part trying to be a merchandising crap. It's been one of the best things for merch for the WWE lately. So all I can say right now, just stop doing what you're doing. Raw's already wasting my time. SmackDown, I don't need this with the New Day just plugging what's supposed to be the GM or the commentator's job for what's going to be on the show, than just showing it for the next week for people to plug in. So this was so the start of the show was by ref stoppage, and all I can say is we understand we're trying to make Samoa Joe stronger. That means picking on a Fiend. I mean, Jeff Hardy. Why did I say Fiend for it? That made no sense. That made no sense. And he's not on drugs anymore, folks. It's time to learn how to grow up. And this was a match. Jeff Hardy did what he did best: sell a few times, do some air moves, and just get his ass beat. So Jeff Hardy played his role. You know, both of these guys are veterans in pro wrestling as a whole, so this is all right. He did do the kick in the clutch, and Jeff Hardy couldn't tap out. He got knocked out, so this was by ref stoppage. The next thing was Rusev celebrating, and an announcer, some thick announcer, that was congratulating him over his U.S. title victory. This should have been backstage instead of wasting airtime in the ring. Thanks, if he wasn't going to compete, why was he having ring gear on? And just for he could have had just jeans and his Rusev Day sweater on, and just get a kick to the face out of nowhere. Session over, and we could have gotten another match in the ring without wasting airtime. So thanks, Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. The side note on Shinsuke Nakamura: why is he not wrestling with his jacket on, or whatever the fuck that thing is? Next thing, anybody found an issue? I looked up. I looked up on What Culture because I want to see what else BS list they made, and I have to say their top 10 things WWE wanted to forget about 2018 was a reasonable list, and it had all the things that I've been complaining about for the past few weeks, especially the two Royal Rumble winners. In that ass, I literally asked my brother who won the Royal Rumble, Shinsuke Nakamura, and yeah, he forgot there was a female Royal Rumble now. So I told him that Asuka won. He was like, oh, now I remember because they were both Asian. Nakamura, listen. I understand they're trying to make you feel like this Japanese psychopath or the fucking artist, or because you look flamboyant and like if Jigsaw had a boyfriend, it would be you. But still, they gotta stop. Why is he fighting for the U.S. title? Didn't he win a Royal Rumble? Aren't they supposed to give him more legitimacy than a U.S. title reign that lasted as much as my imaginary body pillow's relationship with me? I don't understand. Should Rusev be feuding with bigger guys? He feuded with John Cena. Why this fag? I don't get it. So we're gonna continue. Obviously, I don't want this shit to continue. It's gonna hurt my eyes. Because I'm trying my best to understand why SmackDown and Raw is doing its best as it can to suck. Next was Sonya Deville facing off against Naomi, and it's supposed to be this that Mandy Rose is trying to get with Naomi's mans. And I'm saying this as hood as I can because Naomi's black and has a big ass next. Oh my god, I'm terrible. I'm still a bad person at heart. So this happened because of Christmas throwing the mistletoe up and trying to get a kiss out of one of the Usos that Naomi is married to. So Mandy Rose was a big distraction because she was wearing one of the Uso shirts and trying to taunt her. So this is gonna be a stupid feud. What are they called again? I don't care. I don't care what their stupid ass faction. They're gonna get the tag titles anyway. This ended up with Sonya Deville that can't wrestle, and we're gonna go up to the. Oh fuck me! I don't want to talk about this because I understand Cena was gonna look like he was still going to be commentating for. I mean, he was still going to be in Southpaw Regional Wrestling or some crap like that. And guess who came out to the frame so Cena can have an altercation? It was Becky Lynch, because she's the man. Now, this can come up to a few things. Thanks, it just came up to Selena Vega and Andre Cien almost to a mixed tag match for them to just win, and Becky Lynch to carry the win. It's either going to do an intersex feud with John Cena, or I'm going to see another WWE wrestler sex tape. Either one I would be happy with. Not because I'm a disgusting perv, because I want to see them both succeed. I'm a disgusting perv. I deserve to die. But still, this was an alright altercation. It was interesting seeing John Cena bring up his past relationship with Nikki Bella, even though it's obvious you're like the most successful professional wrestler currently alive. So it's obvious that some person would want to be with you. Especially some person like Nikki Bella that looks like even me. I'm a patient guy. Even I can't handle women like that. That's fucking annoying. So it was cool seeing Becky Lynch try to get a one up on John Cena and challenge him. So this might be coming up. He'll also show up on Raw. So whatever happens, they're gonna do on and off feuds. Thanks, seriously. I want to see something come out of this fucking roster that people think it's the best talent to come. Half of the roster can't wrestle. Half of them can't do promos. Half of them can't do anything. Let alone carry themselves out and sell merchandise. If you can't sell merchandise or do anything to sell yourself to be shown next week, you suck. I'm not mocking you as a wrestler. I'm mocking you as an entertainer. A character. Why do you think WWE hired you? Not because you can do ring work. Get your life together. You're a prime time network. You are watched to 8 to 11. Or 10 o'clock for Raw. I mean, for SmackDown. But still, you guys are put up the highest standard. You're a primetime network. So is the NHL, NBA, MLB, and NFL. And guess what they have? Even though some of the franchises lose their fan base, there's a reason why people watch Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, and Sunday Night Football. They want to see the big stars. They get to see the big stars. They get to showboat. They get to do touchdown celebrations, interact with the fans, do some crap to make major hypes. I remember their games. WWE, I haven't remembered Raw and SmackDown biggest episodes in years. Please, come on. I remember the time the Muppets came to Raw. That's the most memorable thing I've seen on Raw in years. Next was AJ Styles threatening the fuck out of Vince McMahon and he had an orgasm when he punched him in the face and like did the shit that Edge does like when he's getting ready for a fucking spear. So Shane was trying to altercate, making sure Vince doesn't get hurt. Wow. It's like Shane was really gonna do anything. Calm your ugly ass down, bitch. Fake Jordans, Shane. Sit the fuck down. Whatever. So the main event was supposed to be for the number one contender spot, and it was a fatal 5-way because WWE wanted to be new. It's a fatal 5-way. Didn't make a new stipulation. Didn't make a false count anywhere fatal 5-way match. I mean fatal. Yeah. That why you had to make it fatal 5-way? Just make it a five-man Extreme Rules match. That could have been more easy to understand, and we can understand it's for the WWE title. We don't make a #1 contender spot for the U.S. title. Like, that's fair. So, AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, they had individual promos to build up, even though some of these guys are already feuding, like Mustafa Ali and Daniel Bryan and Joe. Really? Joe? I think Joe was supposed to be the last qualifier for this. Samoa Joe. This was an alright match. Kimbo and AJ Styles beating everybody. It was alright. It was an entertaining match. We had some smooth transitions into moves. And Mustafa Ali's I'm trying to be the heart of SmackDown, so the cruiserweights. And it blinked up to this light flicker he had on his fucking chest. That's the only characterization I have of every 205 Live superstar is a cruiserweight. Nobody ever bigger than each other. The only person that was bigger than anybody else, and he was a cruiserweight, was Enzo Amore. Now he's fired. So yeah, that happened. This gets a 4 out of 10. Not only weren't they doing much to build up, they had a vagueness of feuds. This is still a lacking of, confliction with anybody else. The women's division needs something bigger. Instead of a championship, they need some game changer. They don't need a tag title. Fuck is wrong with you? Learn what to do from the within, then add stuff. What's wrong with you? You already have superstars that can't build it up in a mic for more than 10 minutes. The Rock can stay silent for 3 minutes and get a crowd reaction. Nobody cares about Mustafa Ali. Rey Mysterio made it at least in a lightning promo that he won a WWE title and didn't come here for nostalgia. That's something to be built on. That's the most ambitious promo I've heard in years. That's literally it. Nobody's here like, I'm trying to make a difference in the world. This is anti-bullying. They're pro wrestlers. They're not doctors. They're not firemen. They're not policemen. They're pro wrestlers. They're here for a job. They're either to win a title or gain some money or notoriety. That's literally it. That's literally how basic it is. And Rey Mysterio made that much of a basic misstep. He said he's not somebody to take lighten. He's not here for nostalgia purposes. He's here for a championship. Everybody else had these overly confident, overly dramatic promos that made no sense. Everybody had to have an awkward close-up for the #1 contender spot that AJ Styles won. Just dear God, it was off a 450 splash and he pinned, I think, Randy Orton. That was it. Why was Mustafa Ali in this and not Nakamura? You had to make Nakamura. You couldn't make Mustafa Ali feud with Rusev and have Nakamura in the #1 contender spot. Nakamura, your Royal Rumble winner of 2018. How is this going to build up anybody? Land of opportunity. We obviously know how to misuse everybody and not make a logic out of it all, right? This was already a mediocre show to begin with Naomi getting pissed off, even though Amanda Rose didn't even backstage start talking to one of the Usos. The Usos weren't even in the show to begin with. They only had one tag team out the entire time. We didn't even have a tag match. Didn't even have any shit. We had the New Day come up for no reason. We had a mixed tag, and that was all we can muster. That was it. Because John Cena was back, and he's going to be on Raw for the next week, and nobody's going to care. This was a basic-ass show, so they can push a basic-ass pay-per-view, when even the Universal title match is going to be overshadowed by whatever the fuck. Like Gregory Helms. They'll bring back fucking Jimmy Wang Yang for 8 months. Whoever the fuck they'll bring in. Because obviously, Raw or SmackDown, I don't care which. Nobody will care. Obviously, I don't give a shit. This was a poor show. This didn't build up anybody. This didn't legitimize anything. This didn't make any major changes. Man, I thought they were going to, thanks to the brand split, I thought they were just going to make it to a 40-man Royal Rumble or something like that. Really, what's the game changer here for the Women's Royal Rumble? What's the game changer? There's nobody big anymore. Shelton Benjamin, they did New Year's shit. Really? How am I supposed to take these guys seriously? The show's already a mistake. Like, none of these guys I had notable moves. I mean, Mustafa Ali said alright, but he's not big enough to still make impactful moves. Nakamura just did it so he can get one measly kick on Rusev and nothing else. He beat the shit out of Alvana, but that was it. That was it. No edge to Nakamura. No edge to nobody. Stop with this fake edge crap. Please stop. This doesn't make the show better. It doesn't make the show self-aware. It doesn't make the show entertaining. Stop ruining yourselves. Come on. Raw gotta stop this. SmackDown gotta stop this. SmackDown, even though it's better by pacing-wise, they have ways to make you still see the match while in commercial. It sucks storylines-wise. It sucks wrestling-wise. It sucks talent gap. That's why SmackDown has flaws as well as Raw. And Raws are bigger, but not that big as SmackDown. Both shows aren't perfect in any means. Both SmackDown and Raw got a below average rating. So it's fair enough that both of them suck. Thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe, like the video. Happy 2019.